welcome to Bluegrass Planet Radio, and I am your host, DJ Delta Dawn, and so glad to be here with you on this Monday evening. I hope that your week is off to a great start and that you had an awesome weekend. I know I did. It was just so fast. I don't know about you, but weekends need to be longer. I mean, we need to somehow come up with the 5-day weekend and the 2-day work week. I mean, I think it would work for me. It just goes by so fast and it's Monday all over again. But nonetheless, I hope that today was a happy Monday and not a, oh my gosh, it's Monday again. And I don't know about you, but can you believe that at this time next week we will be gearing up for Turkey Day? Thanksgiving is around the corner, and then the holidays. I mean, really, it was just July 4th, it seems like, last week, and here we are into the holiday season, 2013. Wow. We have an exciting guest tonight, and if you're brand new to our program, by the way, welcome aboard. This is a brand new program, literally. We just made our debut yesterday on air, and we premiered with our special guest, DJ, longtime veteran, and a friend of mine, Buddy Michaels, who is no stranger to the airwaves of Alamance County, North Carolina, and he has been doing bluegrass quite proud and representing artists from all over the place, and is just a phenomenal person to know. And so we brought an interview that we did with him to everyone. And also, we played some great indie bluegrass music, some of the best we found anywhere. And it was a fun show. What a great way to start the show. And so tonight we're back. We're very excited. We're going to be bringing you some of the best in indie, bluegrass, Americana, folk, and country music indie artists on this show. We'll be bringing you interviews. We will be doing a Pickin' and Jammin' showcase weekly that will showcase some of the best music in the genres and bringing it to you. And so we are just so very excited to be here with you, and we want to thank you for being here with us as well. And our guest tonight, we're waiting for them to call in now, but we have a guest that I kind of came across just when I was doing a search for bluegrass artists in my state of North Carolina. I'm born and raised in North Carolina, and of course wanted to represent the state first in this new venture, and came across the band called Glory on the Floor, and they are based out of Asheville. And they are a country folk duo featuring songwriter and multi-instrumentalist Brian Adam Smith and his dynamite touring partner Kim France. And they are gearing up to release their debut album called Asheville Skyline. And it was written, recorded, engineered, and produced by Brian Adam Smith and mastered by Grammy Award-winning producer Stephen Hiller. And they have been doing all kinds of amazing things in the world of bluegrass, and they are in the process of gearing up for another interview, which, they'll be doing it here with us, but they're going to be doing a lot more stuff coming down the pipes, interviews and so forth, as a lead into 2014 when they release that brand new album. So we are so excited about that. And while we're waiting for Brian to call in, I want to go ahead and play a song that they're currently promoting, and if you visit their website, gloryonthefloor.com, the video for this song is on their website. It's the cutest video. I love the little boy in that, and I can't wait to talk to them to find out the history behind it, the behind-the-scenes making of this video. But it's for their song Cold Fashioned, and it's just a great video. As a matter of fact, it was the winner, first runner-up in the Audience Choice Award and Best Costume Design at the Music Video Asheville for 2013. And so it's won an award, but it is a great video. So without further ado, I'm going to play for you now Glory on the Floor and Cold Fashioned. Take a listen.
In crime, but I got the prosecution. I thought about sticking around, but I got a new solution. Honey, you need a cold man. He can hold your cold hand. You ain't got no compassion. Yeah, you always were cold fashioned. target if I've ever seen one. You got a snowblower for a heart, not that you need one. No, you need a cold man. He can hold your cold hand. You ain't got no compassion. Yeah, you always were cold-fashioned. Honey, you need a cold man. He can hold your cold hand. You ain't got no compassion. Yeah, you always were cold-fashioned. Just when I cut it off, you wanted me back. But life's too long to sell myself short like that. No, you need a cold man. He can hold your cold hand. You ain't got no compassion. Yeah, you always were cold-fashioned. Honey, you need a cold man. He can hold your cold hand. You ain't got no compassion. Yeah, you always were cold-fashioned. Honey, you need a cold man. He can hold your cold hand. You ain't got no compassion. Yeah, you always were cold-fashioned.
That's the latest from Glory on the Floor and Cold Fashion. You know, I just love that rockabilly Americana feel to that song, the steel guitar. And, you know, I always am taken back to the world of country music in the days when steel guitar was kind of the prevalent sound that you heard in country music, and especially country and western, old school country and western music. And I love to see that that's been reintroduced into modern music today, and love their sound because it's unique, it's different, and yet it's relevant. And I think they are going to do great things in the world of music. And I love the fact that they're based out of Asheville, North Carolina. That just makes it all the sweeter. We are still waiting for Brian to call in, and he should be calling in momentarily. But I want to go ahead and play another cut. He just sent me some music recently, and I've been digging this. And I want to play another cut for you. I assume this is going to be on the new album, and but I really like this one. This is called High Heels and Stainless Steel. Take a listen.
She's got a silver car and symmetry in the yard. The boys are in the cul-de-sac playing war. She's behind the window making dinner. High heels and stainless steel. It's a 3-story brick, 4-car garage. Emily's at the table, she's making Christmas cards. It's one more day until December. High heels and stainless steel. Around a Persian rug, she mats and frames all the snapshots of her and the kids and their breadwinner. High heels and stainless steel. It's cupcakes and banks and a book club every week. Foreign American authors is all they ever read. Someone there says she's looking thinner. High heels and stainless steel. She needs it, or she won't need a reason once he sees it. It's their anniversary if he remembers. High heels and stainless steel. The red wine and pills, they help to ease the pain. And the kids are in the bed, and they won the soccer game. And a gas fire at the tail end of winter. High heels and stainless steel. Microwave. She closes the bedroom door and she pulls down the shades and imagines another life in the mirror. High heels and stainless steel. She's got a fancy car and symmetry in the yard. The kids never seem to drift that far. She lost that fire-eyed tomboy deep within her. High heels and stainless steel.
Heels and stainless steel. And we are still waiting for Brian to call in, and I know that he was going to call in, so I hope nothing has happened because he was on tap to call us at the top of the hour, and I do apologize for the delay. We are trying to get a hold of him to find out, if everything is okay. In the meantime, I want to play one more song that I have for you from Glory on the Floor, and this one is also really neat. This is called Lay Your Hands on the Radio.
Anybody got these on tonight? Say a little trucker's prayer for me. I'm barreling down the road and I'm out of control. Breaker, lay your hands on the radio. Lay your hands on the radio.
bands on the radio, and I love their sound. And I believe we have them on the phone as we speak. Hello, Bluegrass Planet Radio.
Hello, Bluegrass Planet Radio. So good to connect with you.
Brian?
Thank you for having me. Yes, it is.
Well, hello and welcome. We're so glad to have you with us this evening.
Thank you for having me. I think you may be only a few miles down the road. I'm in Saxbahal, looking at a beautiful moon.
Are you kidding me? Yes, yeah. I am based in Mebane, so we are probably, we could have almost done this live, couldn't we?
we could theoretically high five right now.
We theoretically could, and who knew, right? Well, I am thrilled to have you here, and as I was saying earlier as I opened the show, that this is a brand new show, although I'm not brand new to this. But we just debuted yesterday. We had a premiere yesterday and played some great bluegrass Americana music. And one of the things I wanted to do right out of the gate was have some North Carolina-based bluegrass Americana folk country bands on because got to represent, you know. I mean, I was born and raised in North Carolina, and it's only right. So I am thrilled to pieces. Love your sound, by the way, and I've been playing your music for the listeners while we've been waiting, and it's great. It is just the kind of stuff that's just feel good and upbeat, and I love the fact that, you know, you use a lot of traditional, which, you know, bluegrass Americana is just all traditional instruments anyway, and acoustic, but I love that you use the harmonica and the steel guitar. You know, that is so old school country western, but yet your sound is so relevant to now, and that's one of the reasons why I think it is just so popular among your fans in particular. And you have a new fan in me, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes, I have a special place in my heart for the vintage and for the the Appalachian styles where I grew up.
Well, and I was going to ask you now, how did Glory on the Floor come to be? Has music kind of been something that's been part of your life, your whole life, or did you just somewhere along the way decide, you know, this is something I might want to try my hand at?
I'll try to make that long story short, but I would say for the first 10 years, I mean, I started playing music at a really young age, and so for the first 10 years, I only did instrumental compositions. That's where my heart was. That's what I listened to. I was listening to the Flex Tones. I was listening to John Zorn. I was listening to contemporary jazz, and I would go into my guitar teacher, Mike Barnes, really, really great teacher out of Asheville, and I would take him, you know, jazz tunes and saxophone solos and piano solos, and I wanted to learn how to play like other instruments. And after a while, I'd amassed, you know, I don't know how many compositions. It was kind of the next challenge for me. It was like, Brian, you know, go back to your roots and write some old time tunes and some vintage country tunes and actually sing. You know, I've always done instrumental music, and so Glory on the Floor is partially out of that desire to start writing songs. I chose the name. I chose the name because I'd moved around the country, and sometimes out of the country, so often in my early 20s that I would find myself in a new small apartment, you know, chock full of books and chock full of instruments, to the point where the only place to hang out was kind of like in the middle of the floor, and that's where the name comes from.
Well, that is too cool, and I think you answered that. Because I was asking you, how in the world did you come up with your name, Glory on the Floor? Because it's very fitting for the style of music that you perform. You know, Glory on the Floor, I think it just fit. And when I think of floor and I think of bluegrass and Americana, I think of people being on the floor, doing hoedown, doing clogging, you know, and that all sounds very cliche, but it is a very relevant part to this genre of music and style. And you know, kind of stomping music that people just love. And so, yeah, perfect name, I think. And it's very catchy, by the way. Very catchy indeed.
I do have to say that partially, like, solidifying the name was working with this clog dancer, Arthur Grimes, who is out of based out of Boone, North Carolina, who's been performing with us, and I've been working with a documentary on him, and he's easily, one of my heroes. He's performed with the Crow Medicine Show and the Carolina Chocolate Drops and Martin Buchanan Rangers, Doc Watson, Abigail Washburn. He's at least a local. It's now becoming a local legend. It's now becoming an international legend just based on the groups he's performed with. And now he's becoming our newest member.
Oh, wow.
And it's really cool to have, dancers, they do this really, really beautiful art, but are often not as lucky as musicians to get to tour around and, perhaps even make their living doing their art. And I've wanted that for Arthur. And so now we brought him on. And so it's a little bit of perfect magic, the name Glory on the Floor and having Arthur perform with us. And the crowd loves him. He's a wonderful clogger. He's a mixture of styles from, old-time buck dancing to an influence from the green grass cloggers to Arthur's kind of own magic, when he comes on stage. So he's our newest addition, and it only makes perfect sense with our name, perhaps.
Well, yeah, definitely. And now I was telling the listeners earlier, I played your song Cold Fashioned, and I was telling them about the video that you made and how won, first runner-up in the Audience Choice Award and Best Costume Design. It's a music video Asheville Awards 2013. Talk a little bit about the making of that video. I have to tell you, the kid in that video is absolutely adorable and hilarious all at the same time.
Music Video Asheville is, first of all, a really, really great event, a new event that's, I think I'm not speaking out of turn when I say it's going to be spreading to other towns. But we caught wind of it, and I said, okay, I want to make a video for this. And I had, maybe 36 hours until the deadline. And I had recently met this young 9-year-old girl. A lot of people think she is a boy, but she is a girl. We had her dressed up as a boy. And she loved the song, Cold Fashioned. She practiced for weeks learning some of the Elvis moves from the Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah.
And gave her a couple of other little pieces of homework to practice too. And we filmed it in one day really close to my studio in the River Arts District of Asheville, and submitted it to Music Video Asheville, and we were really, really happy to even come just second place, because at that time no one knew who we were. We'd never played Asheville. Glory on the Floor was, no one had heard of us, and maybe if they had gone to FloydFest they would have seen us, but so yeah, it was a pleasure working with Sophia, the 9-year-old, and playing with a cool car and the trains, and it was a hit.
Dare say, and she was phenomenal in the video. I mean, she just looked like a little natural.
Yeah, she was really, really ecstatic, and the irony is, when we were filming, we had this little pause when we were waiting for some other production people to come. We were waiting for the trains to come that occur at the end, and she asked, can I keep dancing anyway, even though we're not filming? And we said, sure, of course. She's doing her thing. And she got so into her element that I turned to the lady running the camera, Katie. I said, Katie, turn the camera on. Like she's like 4 or 5 hours into the production and is getting into it even more. And so a lot of that footage wasn't even planned or intended. It was just Sophia just in her element in her thing. It was really beautiful.
And that's awesome that she was able to just let loose and really just get to it, and which just made, I think, the video all the better because it wasn't planned, and I think sometimes we do our best work when things aren't so planned and regimented, But she is, just absolutely adorable. I was just so impressed with her, and I hope that's not going to be the last video that she will be in. It looks like she's got a lot of talent there.
Oh yeah, she is definitely an aspiring actress, and when we were announced to win the award, she stood right up, walked right down the aisle, went and grabbed that trophy, grabbed the microphone, and started talking and thanking people. And yeah, I would love to see her in another Glory in the Floor music video, which there's definitely more to come. It's one part of the industry that's changing and growing now, as we call it, the 21st century video boom. There's so many videos being produced, and people don't just want to hear it; they want to see it. And I love the creative aspect of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now we are capable of making music videos, and it's not just the big name bands back in the late '90s that could afford to do it. We all can afford to do it at this point.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome because the thing that I love about the indie market across the board is that so many artists in this genre, no matter what style of music you perform, have really come back to the real art of making videos, music videos, in the way they were intended to be presented, the way they were in the beginning, when music videos really told a story to the song, whereas times have changed so much through the years, and the music industry has gotten away from that original concept, which for me personally, there's nothing ever wrong with that to start with. It's like, why reinvent the wheel? It's working. And so the fact, like this song in particular, that, here little Sophie is just doing her thing, and it's made the video, and it's helped present that story in such a great way that, it's memorable for viewers and listeners, and it's not one that will be easily forgotten. So I love that you guys are kind of, you're doing it the way I think you should have done and should have never changed from the way it was to start with,
Sure, and a lot of people think that music videos are perhaps a luxury to do, or maybe a little too fancy for some roots-based genres. But I've given talks on the history of the music video, and they go back into the 30s and 40s with soundies and underrepresented African American or female groups. It was a way for them to have their art and their music seen without going through typical larger companies and larger groups. And they would be shown in these little refrigerator-sized video or film jukeboxes called panorams. Mm-hmm. And so I love that in this era that you can search for your favorite band, you can search for Glory in the Floor, you can search for some friends of mine, Shovels and Rope. You can search for Keep Canyon Rangers that I love, and you get to see them. You get to see them in on the radio. You get to see them live in Studio B. You get to see them performing at some music festival or in a music video, and that's what I think increasingly that's what people want and people expect, and it's cool to, on the one hand, produce music, and on the other, produce video.
Oh yeah, I totally agree, and I love the fact that too, in the indie music world, the sky is pretty much the limit. You're not limited on your creativity, and you're not even really limited to in a particular genre. You can really be as creative as you want to be. You've got a lot of latitude to grow, and it really gives, I think, listeners a lot to offer in terms of music. And what they're able to bring to listeners, which I think is awesome. Now, let's talk a little bit about what you guys have coming down the pipes for the remainder of this year and into early 2014.
Oh, well, we are excited to finally release the debut album, Asheville Skyline. That'll be in 2014. I assume for the remainder of 2013, I will be in River Arts District in Asheville doing the old analog screen printing of T-shirts and stickers to give back to some of our Kickstarter fans that donated and helped us out earlier on. And I think that's about all I can say officially. We're definitely looking forward to shows, and especially shows with Arthur Grimes, who is now joined on as an official member that will be playing with us.
Oh, that's just so exciting.
Yeah, we love having him on. When I say we, just me, there's Kim France. Kim France plays the upright bass. She plays the number of instruments, but she's really, really great at upright bass and great at vocals and just a hard worker, and she's my right-hand woman, I would say, in kicking this off. And the last show we played was, last big show we played was FloydFest. We had 8 people on stage, and we played the Virginia Wine Festival, and we had 3 people. And, you know, I mean, what I love about the music industry and being a musician and the whole shebang is just the amount of collaboration. You know, everything. It doesn't matter if you think you're a star, you're a songwriter, whatever, blah blah blah. You know, it's all a team. It's all collaborative work.
Most definitely.
With people like you, with whatever festival you're working with, it's great. And I would love to see Gloria on the floor. You know, at some point in time, solidify into, okay, here's our lineup. Here's our people. Here's the 4 or 5 people on stage. But right now, we're also in this really beautiful moment of saying, hey, we have this gig. Like, let's invite these 4 or 5 people to play.
Yeah,
and, let's have 8 people on stage. I think that the music, players and fans alike, you know, they like it, and they want to jump on, and it's been a really beautiful beginning in that way.
Well, and one of the things I love about this genre, the bluegrass and kind of folk genre, is you know, you guys are playing lots of festivals and lots of events where the fans really get to see you. And then I love the fact that bluegrass artists in particular and people in this genre they love to go out after a show and just commingle with all the people in the audience that play themselves and get together and have just these massive jams and campgrounds and parks and things, you know, after big shows and festivals. And fans love it. And it's unlike any other genre of music out there. It is the most commingling, you know, collaborative genre, like you said, that exists in music today. And that's what makes it special and so unique.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, and I will amend that and say that not just that particular genre, but also, I mean, it's kind of unique to America. You know, I've met recently a number of players, fans from Norway or Germany, and they've traveled to Asheville, they traveled to the mountains, they've, you know, watched instructional videos by David Holt. They try to study it, and they come and they jam out. And time I've spent overseas, there's been this lingering what does the rest of the world think about the U.S., about the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, or the anti-American animosity that got hyped up, let's say, in you know, just a number of years ago. And the response is, no, I mean, we love American roots music. We love the blues. We love the bluegrass. I meet people that English is not their native language, but when they write music, when they write songs, they write in English.
It's true.
So I think we have something special here, and we just have to keep it alive and keep it going and stay humble all the while.
Yeah, that's true. And I would love to, you know, through show. I would love to give, bluegrass, Americana, folk, even a lot of indie artists, the American music, really the voice that it deserves to be heard, because there's so much of it, especially, growing up in North Carolina. I mean, it's just kind of a North Carolina staple, as you know. I mean, there's lots of bluegrass bands all around. Even in my immediate community, they're just all over the place. And to be able to have, such a great representation from the state, and now the IBMAs, as of this year, moved to Raleigh from Nashville, and that's huge for our state. And so I think
yes, I was here. I don't know if you were. Were you at IBMA?
I didn't get to go, but I'm definitely going to be there next year. My God, it is. I hate I missed it.
It was a blast, and I'm really glad that IBMA is in North Carolina. I don't know how long they're here for, but it was definitely a blast this past year.
Well, as I understand it, they're here on a 3-year contract, so Raleigh will host the IBMAs at least another 2 years, and then with that, maybe they will continue it, and let's hope. This is huge for our state, but also, it's the equivalent of the Grammys and other genres of music for bluegrass, Americana, and American music, and it is exactly what's needed. And I don't think the genres get enough representation or enough airplay. I don't know about you. You will probably say this because you're partial to it and you're part of it. But for me, anytime I've ever gone out to see bluegrass live or Americana live, it is nothing. There is nothing like it in the world, because you don't have, you've got your instruments and immense talent of the artists that get up there and just pour their heart and soul into what they're doing. There's not a lot of big shenanigans like you get in a studio with other types of music. You really get to see the sheer honesty and the hard work, the talent that comes out of those performances, and it is the most enjoyable live music performances that I have ever been to, just because of the way it is. And it's real. You can't fake it. There's nothing fake about it. I think that's what it does.
No, I completely agree with you, and I think that the Americana bluegrass roots music world is been really exciting to open up to African American performers like the Carolina Chocolate Drops or our own Arthur Grimes. They're amazing female performers that have been underrepresented in the past that are stepping forward. And yeah, you're right. It's about honesty and jamming out with other people and making friends and having a good time, and not a lot of pretense.
Yeah, exactly. I love it because it's real. It's as real as it gets, So, Brian, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen for you guys in 2014. I'm excited for the debut of your brand new album. Look forward to that, and definitely would love to represent that, play it here on the show, and have you back when it comes out, that we can talk about it and the music on it. And just love you back anytime. But definitely wish you guys the very best and going into the new year, and for much success and lots of play, by the way. So we're very excited for you.
Thank you so much for having us, Dawn, and Bluegrass Planet Radio, and look forward to chatting with you again as we gear up for the release.
Oh, definitely, Brian. Well, you're the best to everyone in the band, and we definitely look forward to speaking with you again in the near future, and have a wonderful holiday season right here at us. Next week is Thanksgiving, so I hope you enjoy it and eat lots of turkey.
You as well. Enjoy the full moon and the warm weather out here.
Exactly, because it's supposed to be like 30 tonight, I think, overnight, and then it's going to be 50 tomorrow. So, yeah, our springtime weather is coming to an end, I'm afraid. Yes, wonderful evening. So thank you very much. I've enjoyed speaking with you.
Thank you so much, and talk to you soon.
We have been speaking with Brian Adams Smith of Glory on the Floor. And I'm telling you, if you like that album music, and you got a great taste of that at the beginning of the show, you are going to really love their album when it comes out in 2014. I am very excited. I can't wait to get my hands on it. So we will definitely be playing it here on the show once it drops. And even better, if I can get a little preview copy from Brian, I can. But hopefully, you guys will dig that. And if you'd like to check them out, it's gloryonthe.com, and you can go there and keep up with everything that's going on. You can also follow them on Twitter at Glory on the Floor, and spread of everything. And also, you'll know when their album is going to come out officially. So we certainly hope you have enjoyed our interview this evening with Brian Adam Smith of Glory on the Floor. And again, a huge thank you to him for being our special guest, and also thank you to all of you who tuned in and waited patiently for him to call in. We greatly appreciate that. If you're brand new to our program, welcome aboard. We're always glad to be listeners, and we hope that you'll back again. And by the way, on Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday night, if you like the show tonight, you'll definitely want to tune in Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will have we did recently. We sat down with Russell Moore of Third Time Out, and we spoke with him about the band's 22 career, their current release, which is called Bluegrass, which is exclusively at Cracker Barrel, old-time stores, country stores, restaurants, and we'll be with him the announcement of the departure of two of the band members who will be leaving the band, and that came as a shock to many people, but Steve is leaving due to health reasons, and the road is taking its toll on him. He's decided to call it a day and off the road, and Edgar will be leaving the group to pursue a solo career. But Russell speaks about both of these things, and we will have that for you Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on Bluegrass Planet Radio. Again, many thanks to Brian Adam Smith for being our special guest, and thank you again for being here with us. Well, that's going to do it, and we hope to see you again on Wednesday. Take care all. Have a great evening, and we'll see you again real soon. God bless, and good night. You've been listening to Bluegrass Planet Radio. Find us on the web at bluegrass-planet-radio.com, on Twitter at Bluegrass Planet, and on Facebook at Bluegrass Planet Radio. Thank you.